Now at 10, how a Portage nursing home is giving families a chance to come together this Christmas. And as millions of Americans struggle financially this holiday season, an update on how soon Congress may pass a second relief package. Plus, an FBI investigation is underway in Nashville. The latest on this morning's explosion that rocked the city.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
And thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. Merry Christmas, everybody. Eric and Charlotte are off tonight. If you have a loved one staying at an assisted living home, you know how hard it's been to not see them in person this year. Well, the Heritage House in Portage gave its residents and their families a special gift this Christmas that's bringing everyone closer together. Jamie Perez shows us how.
Outside of the Heritage House assisted living home, signs on the front door indicate the epitome of what the pandemic has taken away from us. But inside what was once an empty room here,
Grandma, we got you a few presents,
is the best Christmas gift of all.
A huge blessing that the Jensen family has put together for the families here at Heritage House.
The Jensens, acting as Santa and Mrs. Claus, made a visiting booth decked out as a present to allow families to be together this Christmas.
To do something that to me seemed relatively simple, to allow the families to stay in touch with each other during the cold winter months.
An idea that sparked when Susan Jensen saw a Facebook post about a visiting booth in the UK, now wrapped in a bow at the Heritage House by the hands of her husband, Chris.
It's been a difficult year for so many people for so many different reasons, and this was just one small way to try to make the holidays a little bit better for, the people who live here and their families.
A small act that took just one weekend to build.
This means the world to us.
Chelsea Lambert hasn't seen her grandma in person since March, a hard adjustment when she used to visit weekly.
I don't think they'll ever know how much this means to people, because I know it can't be easy being in here for this long, but it's the holidays, and it was just such perfect timing.
I think this is just an absolute wonderful. I got to be so thankful for them for all that they've done.
In a year when the pandemic has taken so much.
I'm so glad we were able to make this happen for them.
A gift of love, something no pandemic can take away.
It's more than I think any of us could have asked for Christmas.
In Portage, I'm Jamie Perez.
love you,
I
Grandma.
love you.
Love you too.
News 3 Now.
The booth is limited to 2 people at a time. Visitors are screened for COVID symptoms at the front door before they're allowed in. The booth has brought so much joy to its residents and their families. It's booked out through the next couple of weeks. The Heritage House staff said they plan to keep it there until normal person visits can happen again. Let's take a live look at the Capitol from our Edgewater Skycam. Not a very white Christmas, but certainly cooler outside than last year. For more, let's head outside to your first warm forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Mark. It would have been colder had we had more snow cover on the ground, but we did have at least a little bit of freshening up of the white stuff on Christmas Eve. Let's start out by taking a look at the time lapse from the Edgewater Skycam, and you can see how we had a few clouds this morning, mostly sunny skies for late morning, early afternoon, then a few clouds this afternoon, but generally skies have been clear to partly cloudy this evening. Doppler track shows all the snow on the other side of Lake Michigan moving away from us. Low temperatures this morning, single digits above zero through most of southern Wisconsin, but notice to the north and west where they did have more snow cover out toward La Crosse. Temperatures were below zero there. High temperatures topped out right around 20 from Madison southward and were in the upper teens up to the north, but current temperatures are very close to those highs for the day, and they'll probably not drop too much more from where they are now. Wind chills right now, single digits to the lower teens. For tomorrow morning, look for temperatures to drop into the middle teens, then look for sunny to partly sunny skies tomorrow. Not quite as cold, high temperature at 28 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some light snow chances late in the day on Sunday and a more significant winter storm potential Tuesday into Wednesday.
All right, Gary, see you in a few minutes. Thank you. Police in the town of Rome are looking for a missing 38-year-old woman. Police say Lindsay Folan was last seen in the town near Stevens Point early yesterday morning. She was driving a gray 2015 Toyota Corolla. They say she's 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighs about 125 pounds. Anyone with information on her location has to contact the Rome police. The Chief Justice of the Wisconsin Supreme Court says she is concerned over recent threats towards several justices. In a statement released this afternoon, afternoon, Chief Justice Pat Roggensack said she recognizes that people have the constitutional right to criticize public servants, but said no justice should be threatened or intimidated based on his or her religious beliefs. Roggensack continued to say that any threats of, quote, actual or proposed violence have no place in public discourse in a democratic society. Roggensack's comments come in the wake of several high-profile cases seen by the court following the presidential election. Justice Brian Hagedorn told the New York Times this week he and his colleagues have received additional security after he was singled out in a tweet by President Trump earlier this week. DHS and county dashboards show an increase of nearly 1,500 cases of COVID-19 over the past day in Wisconsin. 3 more people have died, while 31,000 of the state's 468,000 all-time cases remain active. Well, there's still a week left in December, but it's already the deadliest month of the pandemic so far. It also has the most U.S. infections with more than 4.8 million new cases and counting.
When our ICUs get overwhelmed, we saw this back in March and April in Southern Europe and New York City. That's how the mortality numbers skyrocketed. And so this is happening now all across the country. We're reproducing that Manhattan and New York City epidemic from March and April now times dozens of times.
Although there is a light at the end of the tunnel, more than 1 million Americans have already received their first dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. Vaccinations will soon begin in many European countries. In a tweet, the president of the EU said that he hopes citizens will soon be able to return to their normal lives. The European Commission granted a conditional authorization for Pfizer's vaccine last Monday. Concern over another surge of cases is not stopping Americans from traveling. This holiday weekend, the TSA reports nearly 1 million people flew in the U.S. on Christmas Eve. Yesterday's 846,000 flyers is a third of the 2.5 million people who flew on Christmas Eve a year ago. Yesterday's numbers follow 6 straight days of U.S. air travel near or more than 1 million passengers. Meanwhile, U.S. officials tomorrow will begin requiring passengers traveling from the U.K. to the U.S. to test negative for the coronavirus before departure. That's new guidance from the CDC. Those travelers must have a negative test within 72 hours of boarding their flight to the U.S. Airlines have to confirm test results before the flight. The order comes in response to a new variant of the virus believed to have originated in the U.K. President Trump is spending his Christmas holiday at Mar-a-Lago Resort in Florida while Congress is out of town for a long weekend. But the stage is set for a showdown next week with federal lawmakers returning to fight off a government shutdown and possibly override a presidential veto. Skylar Henry is in Washington with more.
President Trump tweeted a simple message Friday morning, Merry Christmas, before heading out for a round of golf.
During the sacred season.
On Christmas Eve, he and First Lady Melania Trump praised essential workers in a holiday video.
We have been inspired by the kindness and courage of citizens across this country.
Merry Christmas.
President-elect Joe Biden and his wife Jill also tweeted a holiday message.
We know that this won't be forever, and brighter days are coming soon.
This Christmas, millions of Americans are facing a financial crisis, with federal unemployment benefits set to run out Saturday, unless the president signs the COVID relief bill Congress passed earlier this week. The bill has been flown to Florida in case the president decides to sign it, but Tuesday he suggested he may not, unless lawmakers increase direct stimulus payments from $600 to $2,000.
Congress will return Monday for a rare late December session after Republicans blocked Democrats' effort to push through a payment increase.
Believe it or not, Democrats agree with the president, at least to the extent that we need to sign this bill now.
House Democrats say they'll hold a full vote on the proposal for $2,000 payments. Lawmakers may also have to stave off a government shutdown, with COVID relief attached to the $1.4 trillion government spending bill.
I hope the president looks at this again and reaches that conclusion that the best thing to do is to sign the bill.
The president set up another showdown with Congress by vetoing an essential defense bill. Congress has until next Sunday to override the veto. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
And President Trump held a video conference with U.S. service members stationed around the world this afternoon. Colleges in Wisconsin are looking at the potential stimulus bill with hope. There's almost double the amount of relief funding in this bill for higher education than we saw in the CARES Act from May. The funding is targeted at expanding student aid and making it easier for colleges to get reimbursement for COVID testing. It does not solve the whole problem of slashed budgets during the pandemic, but officials say it's a start.
There has been a lot of cutbacks and changes. You've seen, I'm sure, that some colleges are laying off hundreds of staff and faculty. There are students who have gone home and not returned.
The bill includes almost $23 billion in funding and would make it easier for students to apply for federal aid. The president of Wisconsin's Association of Private Colleges, Nonprofits, and Universities says the first round was appreciated, but didn't come close to matching what colleges needed this year. The Big Ten highlighted today's slate of college basketball games with 4 contests, including the Badgers visiting Michigan State. To cheer up his team before the game on Christmas, head coach Greg Gard surprised his team with Buddy from the movie Elf at the team's hotel this morning. Director of Basketball Operations Mark Vanden Wennering was dressed up as the elf, who also had bags of gifts for the team's players. And the fun continued for the Badgers once they got going against the Spartans. Wisconsin trailed by 1 with 8 minutes left in the game, but Wisconsin finished the game on a 24-14 run and won 85-76. It's Wisconsin's first win over Michigan State at the Breslin Center since 2004. Dimitri Trice scored a season-high 29 points in the win as the Badgers extended their winning streak in Big Ten games to 10. Greg Gard's team returns to the court Monday night against Maryland at the Kohl Center. And the Bucks also in action today, highlighting the NBA slate of Christmas Day games against the Warriors. Things were a lot easier for Milwaukee than in Wednesday's season opener. The Bucks pick up their first win of the season, 138-99. Well, coming up next on News 3 Now at noon, Gary has your first warn forecast. Plus, why police are calling an explosion this morning in Nashville an intentional act and what the FBI is looking into.
HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's sale starts the day after Christmas. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley HomeStore.
Hey, got a great deal at Toyotathon.
Got a great deal at Toyotathon.
You too, huh?
Got a great deal at Toyotathon. Yeah. Got a great deal. Okay.
It's the final days of Toyotathon. Yes. Time for you to get a great deal.
Right now, during the final days of Toyotathon, you can lease a new 2021 Toyota Camry for $239 a month. To learn more, visit Toyota.com.
It all ends January 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wild thing.
You know what I think? I think you owe us $48.50. Wild thing.
If you ride, you get it. GEICO Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Unity Point Health presents things you need to know about healthcare workers. They're real people just like us. They have houses and families, and they like to eat spaghetti. At least I bet they like to eat spaghetti. They care for everybody, even people they don't know. They might worry about getting sick, their family, their patients. Tell them thank you by wearing a mask and social distancing. Thank you, healthcare workers. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Imagine life in that, or that. Having zero stress. Wasting zero energy worrying. 0 days wanting less seats, more seats, and 0 regrets. Imagine that. 0 reasons not to get into a Volkswagen, especially now that you can start shopping from home. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Jetta S today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's biggest New Year's appliance sale starts the day after Christmas. Find huge holiday savings on top brand appliance doorbusters like these, plus 18 months financing and guaranteed delivery in 5 days. New year, big savings at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
News 3 Now and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts, simple and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
We were sitting in bed and we thought it was a thunder, real long roll, and then the window started shaking. So we figured, well, that's not thunder. We got up, got dressed, went down the lobby, see if we could find anything out.
As Christmas dawned in Nashville, Tennessee, an enormous explosion rocked the city, sending several people to the hospital and causing extensive damage to the area. As CBS News' Elise Preston reports, investigators believe it was deliberate.
Officials vow to bring those responsible for this morning's explosion in the heart of downtown Nashville to justice.
This morning's attack on our community was intended to create chaos and fear in this season of peace and hope. We're not going to rest until those responsible for this outrageous and cowardly attack are brought to justice.
The explosion unleashed giant flames and a cloud of black smoke, leaving a path of charred debris, shattered glass, and ruptured water lines. As officers swarmed to the scene, police said this was not an accident.
We do believe that the explosion was an intentional act.
Shortly before the blast, police had received reports of shots fired.
As officers responded, they encountered an RV that had a recording saying that a potential bomb would detonate within 15 minutes. Officers, upon hearing that, decided to evacuate the buildings nearby.
Minutes later, the RV exploded, knocking an officer to the ground. The Nashville FBI is now heading the investigation and says it has investigative leads, but also asked the public for tips.
This is our city, too. We live here, we work here, and we're putting everything we have into finding who was responsible for what's happened here today.
Nashville police tweeted this photo of the RV as it arrived in the early morning hours and asked the public for information. The downtown streets were mostly deserted on Christmas morning, which kept injuries to a minimum.
We've made 3 transports to area hospitals. None of those transports at this point are critical.
The blast damaged at least 41 businesses and displaced an unknown number of downtown residents. The mayor declared a state of emergency for the area surrounding the explosion. A curfew is now in effect for the area through Sunday afternoon. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
And law enforcement officials said tonight they found what could be human remains near the site of the explosion. They've not yet said whether the remains are from someone connected to the explosion or from an innocent victim. President Trump has been briefed on today's explosion. That's according to Deputy Press Secretary Judd Deere. Deere wrote on Twitter that Trump will continue to receive regular updates and that he's grateful for the, quote, incredible first responders and praying for those who were injured. Russian officials say a criminal probe has been launched against an ally of Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny. They say that they arrested Lyubov Sobol because she allegedly threatened a member of the government group that took part of this year's attack against Navalny. Navalny was hospitalized earlier this year after being poisoned during a flight to Moscow. Officials say Sobol was taken in for questioning but released early Tuesday morning. New video out tonight at the East Coast. This video comes from Wilmington, Delaware, where power crews were out today restoring power to thousands of people after storms ripped through the region last night. Nothing like that here, just a very chilly Christmas. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is in with your first warned forecast. Gary?
Yeah, that part of the country is actually on the warm side of the storm, and they had strong winds, some thunderstorms, and heavy rain and flooding and coastal flooding because of the high winds. Around the Midwest, we had a fairly significant snowstorm that moved through the Twin Cities and up into northwestern Wisconsin and northeastern Minnesota. Some light snow fell through much of the state, so it was a white Christmas across most of the state, or at least whitish. We had just some light snow or flurries on Christmas Eve across the Madison area. But you can tell where the thicker snow cover was, that's where temperatures were colder. Last night, they were below 0 to our north and west, even as close as La Crosse, whereas most of southern Wisconsin had temperatures in the single digits above 0. Right now, Doppler track free of precipitation across the state. That will change by later Sunday when we could see some light snow or perhaps some flurries or freezing drizzle. But first, seasonal temperatures return for for the weekend with high temperatures, upper 20s tomorrow and low 30s on Sunday. And then that snow chance late Sunday into Sunday night shouldn't amount to very much as far as accumulation is concerned. But there is the potential for a winter storm in the Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday time period. For that, we've put in alert days into the forecast. Snow will develop Tuesday afternoon, continue to Tuesday night. That's when the heaviest snow could fall, and there could be significant accumulations. After that, on Wednesday, we could see a change over to rain in the afternoon as temperatures get above freezing, and then back to light snow on Wednesday night. Now, if that doesn't happen, that could continue to add to the accumulations, so that's something that bears watching. But right now, it looks like there will be a changeover, at least for a period of time, so that could impact the ultimate amount of snow cover or snowfall from the storm system. And taking a look at the two longer range computer models, this is the European computer model showing a swath of about 6 to 8 inches of snow through much of southern Wisconsin from Tuesday afternoon through early on New Year's Eve morning. However, to the north and west, 1 foot to 1.5 foot of snow is possible from Iowa into central Wisconsin. The USGFS computer model, a little bit different. It has the heavier snow band just a little farther to the north and west. Again, it's very high confidence that there could be very heavy snow, especially north and west of La Crosse into central Wisconsin. But notice the totals over southern Wisconsin. Perhaps only an inch or so down toward the Illinois state line toward Milwaukee, a couple of inches in Madison, and then those amounts ramp up to the north and west. So this bears some watching. That's why we have the alert days in the forecast. A little higher confidence that we will have at least some snow accumulation. High temperatures today, teens and 20s here. Notice out to the west, temperatures 50s and even some 60s on Christmas Day across the western high plains. But notice the jet stream. It's kind of bulged to the north a little bit there, but it drops back to the south. So we'll see our temperatures turn colder once that weather system comes through on Sunday with the light snow. For tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 28 degrees with partly sunny skies. Not as cold for today. And then that light snow arrives from Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. Snowfall amounts generally less than an inch through most of southern Wisconsin, maybe a couple of inches north and west of Wisconsin Dells. 7 to 10 day forecast. Monday will be a colder day. Then we have that storm system Tuesday and Wednesday. By New Year's Eve, Thursday, we're down to just some snow showers and flurries. Temperatures will be cold to start the new year, and then a couple of light snow chances, one Saturday and one for Monday of the following week. So we are looking at a cold period, or at least seasonably cold, but also a little more active as well.
Just keep an eye on that midweek storm.
Will do.
All right, Gary, thank you. Still ahead on News 3 Now at noon. Not sure what to do with your Christmas tree now? We'll show you how one farm is making sure no tree goes to waste. Stay with us.
Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ashley HomeStore's biggest New Year's mattress sale starts the day after Christmas. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these from the best brands. Plus, get your choice of free Apple gifts with purchase of select mattresses and free quick ship delivery. New Year, big savings at Ashley HomeStore.
A gift when he sees one. Ford, built for the holidays. Get Explorer with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $2,500 cash back and $2,000 trade assist during the final days of the Built for the Holidays sales event.
Protect the people in your life from COVID-19, you help protect everyone in our community. Learn how you can stop the spread at dhs.wisconsin.gov/COVID-19.
'Twas the holiday season, and as is often the case, magic was found in an unlikely place. Molly tried her best to make introductions. Dad couldn't see past his grown-up assumptions. But thanks to fresh ham and warm apple pie, Dad was finally able to see with fresh eyes. With the freshest assortment to make everyone's faves, the happiest holidays start with Pick and Save.
In 1912, Leon L. Bean sold his first batch of 100 boats, 90 of them leaked. He refunded every pair and then perfected them. because if it wasn't comfortable, he didn't want people to have it. This holiday season, we want to help you give the warmest, coziest, longest-lasting gifts on Earth and make you feel more comfortable than you have in a long, long time.
We're going to find the perfect tree.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $5,200 below MSRP on this Traverse. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Ashley HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's sale starts the day after Christmas. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. A billionaire is now the new owner of Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch in California. The Wall Street Journal reports Ron Burkle, a one-time associate of Jackson's, bought the property for $22 million. It was originally priced in 2015 at $100 million. Jackson paid $19.5 million for the ranch in 1987. It includes 22 structures, including a guest house, a swimming pool, and a movie theater. It was rebranded as Sycamore Valley Ranch after Jackson's death in 2009. Well, a tree is a must-have for many during Christmas, with the colorful ornaments and lights to brighten a home. But after the holiday, many trees are thrown to the curb. CBS News' Ian Lee is in London with how one company keeps the spirit alive after December 25th.
It's the traditions that really make Christmas special for Elizabeth Davies.
At the moment the tree arrives and goes up, I think everybody is in that sort of Christmas spirit.
It needs a big drink, doesn't it?
And this year, she's starting a new tradition with the tree. It's a rental.
We actually started looking for a reusable tree because as a family, we've tried to make some changes to just be a little bit more environmentally conscious.
This tree farm in southern England has a growing grove of holiday rentals.
We've gone from 12 trees to, I don't know, I've lost count, thousands now.
It works like this. Trees are grown in pots. Then a couple weeks before Christmas, they're netted and shipped off. After Christmas, they're picked up and returned to the farm.
We have Christmas on the farm the rest of the year for 11 months.
It helps solve the problem of what to do with the millions of trees kicked to the curb after the holiday.
But I don't like the idea of cutting down plants for a couple of days' pleasure and chucking them away.
And these trees offer something that you just don't get from a dead one.
These are a living tree. They don't shed needles.
And some people, well, they love their trees so much, they come back for the same one every year.
We get customers that regularly name their trees, come back, I've come to pick up whatever it is. Bruce, quite a popular name.
Have you guys named your tree?
We have not named our tree, and now I feel a little bit unkind to the tree.
But at least she can feel good knowing whatever they name their tree will be around next Christmas. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
What a great idea. Once the trees grow too big, families can either keep the tree and plant it in the garden, or they're planted elsewhere. A final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's mattress sale starts the day after Christmas. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these from the best brands. Plus, get your choice of free Apple gifts with purchase of select mattresses and free quick ship delivery. New Year, big savings at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Shop Wild Easttown Honda for clearance deals on over 400 new Hondas. Lease a new Civic for just $179. That's $179 and absolutely zero due-it signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
As a family-owned home improvement store, we know Christmas is all about tradition. And while your traditions may look a bit different this year, the spirit of the season stays the same. We thank you for making Menards a part of your year. Whether you strolled through the Enchanted Forest, picked up everyday items, or finished your biggest projects. From our family to yours, have a Merry Christmas and a safe and happy New Year.
Boys
season's greetings to you all from the Nines.
The holidays are a time for giving.
To your friends, your family,
To your teachers.
in that spirit of giving,
Chevy's proud to give our employee discount to everyone.
the Chevy price you pay
Is what we pay.
Not a cent more.
because giving and giving back is what the holidays are all about.
Use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get a total value of over $8,400 on this Silverado.
Get the Chevy employee discount for everyone today.
Happy holidays and happy savings at the Brothers Maine during our Happy Holiday Savings Sale. Give your home a little love and give yourself more big savings on brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We're making the holidays a little easier with up to 18 months of 0% financing and the convenience of expert delivery free. You get more for the holidays at the More Store. Happy home shopping, happy holidays, and happy holiday savings from all of us at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
Shop Wild Easttown Honda for clearance deals on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison.
Ashley HOMESTORE's biggest New Year's sale starts the day after Christmas. Save big on our latest styles store-wide, including holiday doorbusters like these. Plus, take a bonus 5% off our sale prices at checkout and no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And we have one final look at your forecast, Gary.
Yeah, right now, not much going on across our part of the Midwest. Some lake effect snow on the other side of Lake Michigan. Temperatures, upper teens to around 20 degrees. These temperatures will drop off just a little bit overnight, probably to the middle teens. And wind chills right now, upper single digits to around 10 degrees. About 14, 15 degrees for the overnight low temperature. High tomorrow, 28 degrees with partly sunny skies. Some light snow, flurries or freezing drizzle late Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. Colder Monday, winter storm potential from Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday with snow accumulations there. Then colder as we head toward the start of the new year. Some light snow Saturday, and again Sunday night into Monday of the new year.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas and a good weekend. I guess it's Friday. You lose track of time. We'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.